Right now, smoky skies easing after a historic day. In just the last half hour, leaders with the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency say the Twin Cities is now back down to moderate air quality. You can see just how much things have cleared up. This video on the right over Lake of the Owls taken just before sunset. On the left, showing what it looked like just 24 hours ago. This after a thick haze covered the metro for most of the morning. According to the MPCA, it was the worst air quality on record in the Twin Cities. In fact, at one point this afternoon, Minneapolis recording the worst air quality in the world. To our east, wildfire smoke causing air quality issues from Detroit to Chicago to Pittsburgh to New York. Large portions of the Midwest and East Coast also dealing with unhealthy and smoky air. This, of course, all stemming from wildfires to our north, including in northern Minnesota and the Boundary Waters. And all those fires have burned around 70,000 acres of the Superior National Forest. In the last few hours, federal officials in Ely saying a new team with experience fighting complicated fires is now taking over. And we have team coverage tonight. Sammy Salina standing by in Ely with the latest on conditions there. And Ryan Katene talks with the Twin Cities family who rushed from the fires as they got closer to their historic cabin. But we begin tonight with meteorologist Jamie Cagle tracking some relief for us. Jamie.
Yeah, we've seen, as you mentioned, we've seen some improvements around the Twin Cities, and we've seen that extending a little further to the northwest as well. We do have our weather impact alert through 9 p.m. tomorrow. That's when we expect to see all weather alerts expire, and that's when we also expect to see much better air quality, at least around the Twin Cities. But if you take a line and draw it from the Twin Cities up the I-94 corridor towards Moorhead, that's kind of that the western edge to a lot of this heavy wildfire smoke. We've seen dramatic improvement south of that line around Mankato, Rochester, around the Twin Cities, even towards Wilmer. We had very unhealthy air quality earlier today. This is the forecast for tomorrow. Much of the region will be unhealthy for sensitive groups, some moderate mixed in there, but there will still be that area to the northeast, the Arrowhead and northern Wisconsin, very unhealthy, yes. But we will see some improvements. We'll be talking about that and tracking that for you. In the meantime, your numbers for today, 94 and 73. There's a look at the averages. We've stayed away from the records, and the numbers are going to be dipping as we get into next week. So we'll talk about some relief there as well.
Thank you, sir. While the air quality gets better in the metro, fires still burning up north. Tonight, just outside the Boundary Waters, neighbors are helping neighbors, all trying to stay safe with this wildfire smoke. Sammy Salina is in Ely tonight, where she heard from people about what they're doing. Sammy, what are things like right now tonight?
Yeah, Kevin, well, I'll tell you what, even when the sky is darkened by smoke, if Minnesotans have anything to do with it, there will be a light. And behind me at the theater, community members are making sure that folks who want to help have a place and those who need it know where to find it.
Above the sign for $7 movie tickets, Ely's historic State Theater marquee reads Ely Community Response.
Seek needs.
This is where city leaders have set up their volunteer base for people to give and get help.
We are all volunteer-led.
Emily Rose is a city council member who helped organize.
Yeah.
Megan Wind with Save Our Boundary Waters is also a leader.
First couple we had the first night was like deep off-grid, don't talk to people much.
And perhaps it's fitting this is in a theater when nearby
We've really never seen before.
looks like a scene out of a movie.
Truly just exploded into these massive wildfires.
In a not so unexpected Minnesota plot twist,
A few things that we are collecting and we know that is going to be an ongoing issue are N95 masks.
help is being coordinated.
It could be housing. We've seen like people offering to board horses, chickens, transport cats all the way to Duluth.
No one knows how or when this feature will conclude.
Maybe next week's more morale building. Like we're doing like a little more infrastructure.
But there's plenty of people
People want to help.
fighting to ensure the ending is good.
Now, if you would like to get involved, there is a way that you can scan a QR code, and there's information on our website that leads you to that community response. Back to you.
Oh, you answered my question. How can folks help? You got to it. Thank you. Tonight, we're hearing stories of the Ely business owners helping evacuate the Boundary Waters. Outfitters and towboat operators that normally get campers into the wilderness area now helping them get out. Planes and helicopters that can't fly because of the low visibility. One outfitter, Spirit of the Wilderness, telling us they've been working nonstop since the evacuations began, and they're also helping those who've had to change plans due to the fires. Among those who raced out of the region, the Twin Cities family now watching closely as loved ones stick it out. They're also concerned as the fire kind of creeps closer to their family cabin that's been passed down for generations. Ryan Katane talked with them today.
Without a doubt,
it's a special place.
there's no welcome home to Elena Bowman like the one she gets from the waves of the Boundary Waters.
You really grow up with a sense of the lake is important and nature's important.
It's a home in nature she's known for as long as she can remember, having grown up in Winton and Ely, but never has she seen it like this.
Full leaves that were black and crispy were all over. The water was covered in ash and black leaves. When it looks like it's snowing on your head with black leaves falling on you, it's time to go.
After evacuating, Elena and her husband made it to their home in Waconia Wednesday night, but some family and friends are still up north.
And they can't talk to me for very long because it's hard to breathe. That's hard to listen to your loved ones when they're struggling.
Nestled on the edge of Fall Lake, Elena's cabin has been in the family for a long time.
And my grandparents came to the United States from Finland as adults, and this was part of the properties that they purchased. And it was used as the logging camp cabin for quite a while, probably close to 100 years.
Before it was transported and transformed into the family cabin around the 1950s, Elena says it was the Basswood Lake Logging Camp Bar.
Underneath it has the slatted shelves for the ice. The lumber was all milled up in Basswood, up in the Boundary Waters canoe area before it was shut down. They're awesome cabins. I'm very worried about them.
Elena is worried these cabins that hold so much history will get lost in the fires, but she has hope and pride in those on the front lines.
The men flying the planes, they were right in front of us within feet, just scooping 800 gallons one after another.
A special sight, she says, knowing that her late father-in-law was once upon a time helping in the same way.
Rescued people from the Boundary Waters and dropped water on fires. Very special pilot.
Special people in a special place, Elena says, with so much history, she hopes will soon be able to go back home.
There are a lot of people that don't have anywhere to go.
Elena and her husband Todd do still live full-time in Waconia, but as I mentioned, they're both originally from that area up there. Now, Elena did recently retire, so they're working on updates to the cabin in hopes of being back there full-time in retirement, Kevin.
And this is so much more than a cabin. I mean, this is a family heirloom there for generations.
Absolutely.
Ryan, thank you. The air quality is still causing several changes for some outdoor activities. The Minnehaha Falls Art Fair canceled tomorrow and will instead kick off Saturday. Minneapolis city leaders say city golf courses will open at noon and beaches and pools will open at 2 p.m. Many other big events like the Yacht Club Festival and Minneapolis Aquatennial, well, they're unchanged tonight. Stay with KARE 11 for continuing coverage on the wildfires and air quality concerns.